Hello, Marty Ryan from the band Going 90. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad. How are you keeping?
I'm good. Well, it's getting colder again, so I don't know if I'm still good. But
it's actually, the sun is shining down here in Limerick, in a way.
You're lucky. Well, it's not shining right now here. It was actually raining earlier, but I get through it. I get through the long winter ahead of us.
You've no choice but to.
I know. Unless I move somewhere really warm for now.
Yeah, like Limerick or that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was aiming for. Limerick, especially.
Yeah.
I've never actually been to Limerick. Well, I've been once to Kilfinnan, the Rocky Main Festival, which you played at this year as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was great. It was pretty much our first kind of festival experience. So just from an experience point of view, yeah, it was an unbelievable weekend for us, and we were opening up the festival, which was cool. And
awesome.
There was Damien Dempsey, Cast of Cheers, and Riptide Movement, and just being able to hang out with them was just was bizarre for us in a way, because we're used to playing in much smaller rooms. Like the day before the festival, we played our own headline gig down in Tralee in this an all ages gig in this tiny room. It fit about 30 people there, and we did fill out the room, and it was awesome. And then we were just saying, like, Jesus, like the next day we're only playing in this tent to 1,000 people. But,
wow. What was the reaction from the crowd like?
Yeah, it was really good. It was very good, actually. Yeah, we sold a bunch of CDs, a few T-shirts. Even Damien Dempsey bought a CD off us, so
that's awesome.
Can't really complain. Yeah, he was one of the soundest people we met the weekend. Which it was crazy. Yeah, he was very, very nice guy.
Did you notice you got more followers there on Twitter or likes on Facebook? Did that help?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's all about increasing your reach, I suppose, and you really have to make the most of those, especially when you're our size. You have to make the most of those opportunities. So as soon as we were off stage, we were handing out flyers for people to download our free EP and trying to flog CDs and T-shirts, kind of anyone who'd listen to us.
Well, it's such an expensive thing to have, though, a band. When I just heard you talking about, giving out flyers, even those to print off cost some money, and then to make the CD. So how do you afford all this?
Difficult question to answer. Well, anything that we do make off it, obviously it goes straight back in, but the amount of money you have to put in to begin with is a lot, and it is more than you're going to make. So we all have jobs, part-time jobs, and we do put that into it, because it's the type of thing where if you're not willing to put the money in to promote whether it's making a CD or going out and touring, you're not going to get anything back for the music itself. It's just going to fall on unheard ears. So really at this point we're put the money that we get in from everything into the band, really. It isn't the worst thing. Some people get a bit too caught up on money and trying to earn every penny, whereas we're kind of seeing a point of view where it's a cool way to spend all our time outside of work and that, and why not put money into it? Like, some people have hobbies where they buy fancy cars and drive them around at rallies at the weekend, and they're not getting paid for that, and they don't expect us. So we kind of see it kind of along those lines. And I think it'll stand to you if you're willing to kind of, I know it's kind of finding a balance, because you can't be going around broke all the time.
Yeah.
But if you are willing to do promotions and give away stuff for free, you do get the benefit back into it, and that's kind of what we've been trying a lot. Trying to make sure that anyone who comes to the gigs doesn't go away empty-handed, whether it's a flyer or a free CD or buying a T-shirt off us.
Yeah, and hopefully you will get it all back.
It's a long-term investment, and that's kind of the way we see it. That you can't.
Yeah, but then again, you can just look at other bands that suddenly all made it, and then the long-term investment turns into millionairism. Is there a word like that? Millionairism?
I think you're right there. It's like any business, really. If someone opens up a shop, they're not going to just put €20 into their business and all of a sudden people start arriving up and giving them thousands of euros. You have to
exactly.
You have to pay for all the product and your employees and everything. And the band is no different, really. And I suppose it's just getting past the initial shock of putting everything into it. But there's a lot worse ways to be spending your money, in fairness.
Oh, definitely. Like, loads of people spend as much as you would on printing flyers or posters on a night out in town, even more. So, like, you put music first instead of the nights out, and then you can still enjoy a couple of nights. Prioritise, you know.
I don't drink anyway, so that's not an issue for me.
That's
but I
good.
suppose maybe it's a bit more of a problem for the rest of the lads in the band to be putting the drinking money aside to put into the band. But it's what we love doing, so we'd be willing to
They'll
do
get
anything
over
for
it. They'll
really,
get over
so,
it in the end when it all pays off.
Exactly.
And the band, obviously, which I mentioned earlier, is going 90, and it's 4 lads.
It's Niall Phillips, Andrew Franks, Ollie Phillips, and myself, Marty Ryan.
Right. And do you say Marty? Because on Facebook it says Martin.
Does it?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It's Marty.
Yeah.
It's only my mother that calls me Martin, and Ollie actually, bizarrely, so he must have wrote that.
Well, so it's Marty then.
Yeah, well, usually if I hear Martin, I'm usually in trouble with my mother or something.
Okay, I won't say it then anymore. But, how did you guys get together? Were you friends beforehand? You're all from Limerick, are you?
Yeah, we're all from Limerick. We all went to school together. Myself and Ollie were in the same year. We had been friends before we had even learned to play any instrument. And we both actually decided to learn guitar at the same time, and we had kind of done a few lessons. And then further down the line, myself and Ollie were in a band, our kind of first band. Ollie was playing drums. In the meantime, I suppose Niall is Ollie's younger brother. He had seen us kind of messing around and playing gigs and stuff, and I can only assume that's kind of what sparked his interest, and he went away and learned the drums.
That's good.
And then I suppose fast forward a few years, then our first band broke up. Niall had been in a few bands, and similar Andrew as well. The whole band's kind of ended. Ollie decided he wanted to start a new band, and he wanted to sing and be the front man. So naturally he asked his brother. It was his first port of call. Niall was up for it. Then he came to me and said he was putting together a band. I have a few songs, and he played them for me. And I didn't like them and decided I didn't want to be in that band. I wanted to go away and do my own thing. So I suppose I did that, and then I went to see the lads at their first gig. And then, because they had gotten a different guitarist, went to their first gig and thought, I'm after making a huge mistake here. Then, eventually, that other guitarist left, so I was talking to Ollie a few months later.
Did he leave, or was he made?
You're really asking all the wrong questions here, Daniela. I don't think I'm in a standpoint to answer that question.
Right, you weren't in the band just then, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I can just easily separate myself from that question since I wasn't the person making the awkward decision. But for whatever reason, that person, the lads parted ways, and Ollie had told me that, and I said, oh, well, Joe, I'll do it. And he was really reluctant because he was like, well, I asked you already, why would you want to now? And I was like, I pretty much begged him. I was like, look, just give me one more chance, I'll prove it to you.
Yeah.
So he came over and showed me the songs, and pretty much kicked off from there.
Yeah, good. And now you're like rock solid. No more casualties in the band. Although I saw on Facebook as well, on your Facebook page, there was a guitar casualty recently.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, we played with, although there nearly always is, I'm terrible for breaking things. I suppose it's inevitable when you're playing all the time. But yeah, we played with Raglan's there last week.
Yeah.
My guitar just pretty much just melted down, break the strings, problems with pickups. Typically, I hadn't had a problem in a very long time, so I left my spare guitar at the other side of the stage, so I had to run across and find, in its case. So major delays, run across, and I'd actually never even played that guitar before since it had been bought because I hadn't.
Was it at least tuned?
Hey, it was not in tune. No.
Gosh,
I know, very amateur mistake.
This is the very point in time where I should call you Martin now.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, anyway, you got it fixed and you're all ready for your new gigs. Do you have any gigs in Dublin coming up again? Because you were just in the Grand Social for Saucy Sundays.
Yeah, we played in Grand Social last week. Our next Dublin gig is October 27th in the Mercantile for Razor Spirits Festival.
Ah, super.
That's the Halloween bank holiday weekend. It's on the Sunday we're playing. I think it's around 9 o'clock we're playing.
Are you going to dress up yourselves?
We are actually. I don't know if I can actually say if I can let it out.
Maybe it should be a surprise.
Yeah, I'll give a clue. It's Simpsons themed anyway.
Gorgeous, I love it.
Yeah,
maybe I come as Marge.
Oh, you'd have to join us for a song then up on stage.
Oh gosh, I always wanted to be a singer, but then it turned out I couldn't really sing, so that was the problem. Never stopped you guys. No, you have a really good singer in the band. Right, and then you have your EP out. It's called Quick Sale. How do we get that?
It's up for free on our Bandcamp, which is www.going90.bandcamp.com. But it's on everything else. It's on iTunes. So I know some people, it's kind of handier to download it straight to your phone. Right. You can't put music up for free on iTunes, so I think it might be €3 on iTunes. It's
which is fair enough. It's worth it. It's good tunes. And is the main single off it Point of View, or is there not really a single?
Point of View was a song that we did the video for. All right, we released it maybe a good bit before we released the EP, just to kind of drum up the promotion for it. So Point of View will be the song. Yeah, it was the one that kind of was the most well received as well. We
will be playing Point of View now, and you can get in touch with Going 90 at Going 90 and on the Facebook and Twitter, everywhere. Have you forgotten to talk about anything that you still want to mention?
No, I suppose just check out our EP and our videos, and you see all our tour dates up online. Like I said, October 27th in the Mercantile is our next Dublin gig. I suppose I just want to thank everyone who's supported us so far. Super. And throughout the summer. It's been great crack, and I'd like to thank yourself as well for looking after us.
You're so welcome. But next time you're in Dublin, you're going to come into the studio for
an
interview with the whole band and do a live acoustic set maybe.
Yeah, that would be awesome, yeah.
Cool, we do that. We organise that. Thank you, Marty Ryan from Going 90 so much for coming on to Dublin City FM. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Lynn. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye.